With Tural Ganjali, who's a member of Azerbaijan's parliament. Thank you so much for joining us on
Thank you for having
TRT
me.
World. First of all, how optimistic are you about these talks?
You know, I am always optimistic about the diplomatic negotiations because I think that it is better that diplomats talk rather than guns firing. So, as a former diplomat, I believe in the power of diplomacy. But what we have to say here that not always the actions and the statements of the Armenian officials match. For example, on the one hand, we are seeing the Armenian officials, the top statesman of Armenia, Prime Minister, delivering very positive statement that he is ready to normalize its relations with Azerbaijan. They would like to sign a peace treaty. You know, these are very nice words. But on the other hand, we are seeing the military buildup by Armenia on the conditional border with Azerbaijan. We are seeing that France, for example, is sending good amount of ammunition, new upgraded weapons to Armenia, which undermines very seriously the negotiations, the peace process. But also I have to say that after the Munich meeting on the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference by the leaders of Azerbaijan and Armenia, this is a very positive moment that foreign ministers are coming together, are negotiating the aspects of the future peace treaty. I am optimistic because this kind of meeting negotiations are positive ones. I think that, yes, again, diplomacy must play very important role. But also we have to see how sincere Armenia is, taking into account the whole geopolitical situation in the region. For example, as you know, Armenia still has a clause in its constitution, in the preamble of its constitution, having territorial claims against Azerbaijan. You know that Declaration of Independence of Armenia contains open territorial claims against Azerbaijan. Also, the official state coat of arms of Armenia has a symbol openly claiming territories of neighboring Turkey. So these aspects really are very concerning. If Armenia wants change its position to be sincere in its negotiations, of course, we are ready. Azerbaijan is ready. From day one, we have proposed Armenia to have negotiations without any mediators.
Yeah,
Yes.
I hear you when you're talking about sincerity, because this is about two sides trying to trust each other, right? It's about building trust in a relationship. Where do you think there could be potential compromises from the Azerbaijani side?
You know, we have already compromised. We have already put forward all the elements of the peace treaty. A very pragmatic, constructive approach Azerbaijan has demonstrated for many years. You know, when our territories were under occupation, we still believed in the diplomacy. We have negotiated with Armenia for 30 years. We have already made this aspect known to Armenia that we are ready for peace. We are ready for peaceful treatment of this conflict. But what we have seen, vice versa, military buildup, the sending more weapons to Armenia by its allies. Now this trend is continuous. At the same time, it's very important, again, to have this tete-a-tete format of negotiations. For example, it is also very positive that we have kept away France, which came up with its negative approach, targeting the peace process, undermining the negotiations. And it's very good that now Armenia and Azerbaijan foreign ministers are coming together in Berlin, keeping away France, who demonstrated very negative, played very not good aspect brought into the negotiations. So it's also very important to keep away these spoilers away from negotiation table. So in this case, I do hope that Armenia finally will understand the sincerity of Azerbaijan, its position, its leaders, statements of its leaders, and Armenia will come to terms with Azerbaijan, because it's about time that we signed this peace treaty. And by the way, Armenia in this case must be interested mostly in signing peace treaty, because we have liberated our territories, we have completed our mission. Now the ball is on Armenia's side. Armenia must accept the peace proposal, the peace hand of Azerbaijan.
All right, really appreciate your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining us. That is Tural Ganjali, Azerbaijan MP.